Announce our officials crew. Our head ref today for this bout is Metallic Kyle. GE Kingslayer. Front pack ref is Bender B. Rodriguez. Backpack referee Jack Hart. Jam ref Rosie the Ripper. Jam ref number 2 Meryl Streak. Eye in the sky we have Freya Hugs and Baby Bat. Our outside pack refs are Helvecta and Belle Bruising. Looks like our PT is going to be Lucifer. PTA Debris. Penalty Bach is Judge in Your Sins and Sis. Whiteboard is Chakilra. Scoreboard I have Bunny Holly. Our wonderful runner and alternate we have Crystal Ball Buster and Tiger Bomb. Thank you all for volunteering your time and helping us out.
Yeah, let's give a hand for our refs. They are a very important part of our process here and keeping everybody safe. So let's give them a round of applause. They are volunteer, as well as our medics. I need to give a shout out to our medics as well. They are on. Yes. They are here. They are here to help us out if anybody gets hurt. We hope that they just get to sit there and watch the game and enjoy like everybody else. But it's sure nice to have them when we need them. So let's go ahead and get this action started. I'm going to go ahead and run down the AZDD roster really quick. We got 17, Bitch Please, 22, Mimi Mahler, 23, Murder Middens, 68, Juicy Kiltor, 101, Hurricane May, 131, Huerta, 151, Ash Masham, 300, Dolly Spartan, 616, Antifa, 626, Remy Ruckus, 669, Nikki Badass, 925, Evil Twin, 1981, Sandra Slay O'Connor, and 2187, Princess Leia.
And with that, we have Evil Twin out as your lead jammer for this first jam. And it looks like TTRD's jammer is still stuck in that pack trying to make their way out. Twins coming in through their next scoring passes. TTRD is still trying to find a way to get their jammer out of that pack, but that Arizona defense is holding them in. All right, and with that, Twin calls off the jam. Got a 15-point jam to start this next bout.
Yeah, we got some chit-chat going on. There's some people in the box already after that first jam.
Ooh, it looks like Tilted's jammer may be sitting in the box. We may have ourselves here a power jam.
Yeah. Looks like Slaya might be taking that power jam as well. They look like they're ready to go.
Some confusion there. Looks like a challenge flag came out of somewhere, but it was just a fluke. We'll go ahead and ignore that and get ready for this next jam.
It'd be really early for a challenge flag at this point, considering you only get one. It's like you really want to hold on to that. That's a treasure. That's something you want to just keep in your back pocket. We got some chit-chat happening. I don't know, but maybe it's a good time to go over the roster for Tilted Thunder.
All right, we're going to take a quick OTO here, figure out what's going on with these penalties, and make sure we have the right skaters on the track. Looks like Twitch chat's got a poll going on right now. When is it too hot to skate? With the leading amount being never.
That sounds about right. That sounds like true Derby fans and Derby players saying that. For me, it's just too hot standing up here at this announcing table. I got to give a lot of credit to Tilted Thunder because they are from the Seattle area, if I'm not mistaken, and I know the weather is way different up there. So good luck and keep hydrated. That's all I got to say. Arizona's used to this. They're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, Sookie. Talk your mess. We just sweat it out. It's no big deal.
Yeah, no
it's
big
great
deal.
for your skin.
It's only 64 degrees and rainy in Seattle right
Oh
now.
my gosh. That's it. Tilted Thunder. Do you need a mascot? Do you need an announcer? Do you need somebody to go with you when you leave here? Take me with you. All right, Power Jam is in place for AZDD, and Slaya is out to a roaring start. coming around there. Tilted Thunder kind of trying to hold back. There's a little bit of a pack, not stoppage, of course. They're always moving, but very slow moving there. Slaya has a little misstep there at the high, but is coming around again. Looks like our Tilted Thunder players, forgive me, I can't read all the way back there, but they were forming a nice little 3-wall to hopefully help keep Slaya back. No, Slaya busts right through.
Arizona there very smartly trying to split that pack to cause that wall to break up, but Tilted is quick on the draw and they're able to reform, making that jammer have to go through a 3-wall in order to score.
Slaya got a little bit of opposition there, but was able to make it around on the low. And coming around for some more scoring. This could be a big jam for Arizona.
And with that, that will end the power jam for Arizona. It looks like they capitalized with a 20-point power jam.
That was a big one. And we've still got a little over 12 minutes left to go in this half. And it looks like Hurricane May also sporting some fantastically large bows today. And for Tilted Thunder, we've got number 57, Skardu Valley.
Skardu Valley's fighting their way through that pack, and they're seeing an opening, but Arizona's going to grab them. May coming up for that first scoring pass, capitalizes on the
There's
high.
a lot of tumbling going on back there in that turn. Ooh. Was that Skardu Valley that got bumped off onto the infield? That's rough. That infield is concrete, in case you did not know.
And with that, Skardu Valley gets out of the pack with that jammer star in their hand, able to escape looking like a blocker. We'll see if May can score some points before the opposing jammer, Skardu Valley, gets in there to score.
Skardu Valley was just shy of a scoring pass there when May called that off.
Looks like another power jam here for Arizona.
And looks like that's going to be Dolly Spartan that's going to be taking that. It looks like Slam Musabi. Did I get that right? Slam Musubi. I forgive me if that's not right. Took off the start and is now actually working defense for Tilted Thunder as Dolly's trying to get through that pack.
Tilted doing a good job here, recycling the front to try to slow Dolly down, but Dolly gets out there in the front.
Absolutely. I say it all the time. It's like even a few seconds off that jammer clock, it's a good thing, especially during this kind of power jam.
Absolutely. It makes a huge difference when you can slow that jammer down for 5-10 seconds. That's a big hits left and right.
Yeah, Dolly coming around for more scoring there. Goes low to high, sliding, slipping through those Tilted Thunder players. Ends up on the infield, though. So a little bit of a break there from the jamming. Tilted Thunder doing their best. They're throwing their bodies around. They're trying to make this happen.
Right. Seeing the refs dropping penalties here. Looks like we are going to be a little bit heavy on the penalties today, but it is day 2. It's hot. We're tired. And we still have hours to go.
Miles to go before we sleep. Jams to go before we sleep. How about that? And it looks like we've got number 19, Sleaze Whiz for Tilted Thunder on the jammer line. And 131, Muerta for Arizona. Muerta doing battle up there with Tilted's Pivot, who is 712, Hannibal Lecture.
Yes, that is Hannibal
That's not
Lecture.
our Hannibal Lecture from AZDD.
No.
Okay, I got super confused there for a second. We have a Hannibal Lecture on the Bombshells team as well as, so.
And with that, Tilted is out of play, trying to hold that jammer in, but it looks like Sleaze is still caught in the back with that strong 2-wall there of Juicy and Mimi.
It's looking pretty formidable right there, doing a good job. Of course, it's Lightning the Queen and Juicy Kiltor that are doing the blocking for AZDD, so Muerta calls that off. I knew I was going to do it. I knew it. I
Yep,
knew it.
I wasn't gonna correct it. I was just gonna let it
No,
roll.
I need to be corrected. It is not Lightning the Queen that's on the track today. That would be Mimi Mahler. Mimi, my apologies. Y'all need to cut your hair, do something different, because this ain't working for me.
We got Elaphobia on the line now, going up against, it looks like Murder Mittens. Refs are having a conversation real quick. We see you, Rosie. Dance it. Refs dancing out there as we wait.
I just wanted to mention how pleased I am to have Reffy as co-announcer with me right now, because Reffy knows way more about these penalties than I do. So I'm going to be leaning real heavily on them to help me cipher this all out.
Yeah, I don't know who decided to give me the mic, but I apologize in advance. And then with that, we are back to the action.
Yeah,
Looks like
Murder
Murder
Mittens
gets out of the front with Elaphobia still trying to get past that Derby Dames wall.
Yeah, Murder Mittens making quick work of that lap there. Just kind of sliding through, ducking and diving there. Duck, dive, dip, dodge, duck, whatever. Elaphobia's there at the back of the pack there. Looks like Dolly Spartan and can't see who's back there. I'm not gonna make another mistake with names here today.
That three wall is consisted of Dolly Spartan, Princess Leia, and Antifa, with
Thank
Remy
you.
up front trying to direct traffic.
Yeah, Mittens is out once again, coming around for more scoring. Elaphobia still at the back there. Really, AZDD doing a nice job holding them back. Remy Ruckus was also really instrumental in the blocking there, too.
All right.
Looks like we've got a little less than 7 minutes left to go in this half. Score is 88 for AZDD. Tilted Thunder looking to get on the scoreboard.
Hopefully they can do that with Amelia Bearhart here going against Juicy Kiltor.
Good to see Amelia Bearhart again. Both jammers trying to make their way through the pack there. Juicy Kiltor at the top breaks through that two wall that Tilted Thunder had. Amelia Bearhart is back there with Mimi Mahler trying to get their way around. Yeah, looks like, yeah, Juicy well positioned there for some points.
Amelia still trying really hard to fight past that wall, but Mimi Mahler is all over them. And Amelia just laughs and gets right by her on the, oh, but the recycling, Mimi.
Amelia Bearhart made a nice dash there towards the high to take advantage of that opportunity. There was actually a hole, so that's what you got to look for, right?
Exactly, and oh, according to that whiteboard, we may have ourselves another power jam for Arizona, and we have Sandy on the jammer line. Hi, Sandy.
My boss. And Sandy is off, and it is indeed a power jam for Arizona. Tilted Thunder kind of scrambling here, changing position frequently and quickly, trying to keep Sandy from getting out, but Sandy does.
Yep, Sandy takes the low there, saw a little bit of an opening on the coping and jumped through.
Shout out to Dreidel back there, 613 for Tilted Thunder. They're just moving and grooving all over the track, using their body. Sandy coming around for another scoring pass. Very slow moving pack.
Ooh,
Although,
big hit by Dolly there to open up that high for Sandy.
We're so used to seeing Dolly on their jammer line, but it's really wonderful when they're out there blocking.
Alan Nalachi out there giving a heads up to the teams on what to do, helping both sides. We love a good teammate. We love those who support each other.
I'd say that was probably pretty a successful power jam there by Sandra Slay O'Connor, full name. And that was a 15-point power jam.
And it looks like Tilted's going to take a timeout, chit-chat about what they can do to get on the board and stop this Arizona jammer.
Don't forget to hit up Vendor Village this weekend. We've got Green Irish Moon out there with handcrafted leather roller skate and shoelace accessories. If you haven't gone by to check them out, they're so cute. There were so many different designs. I was looking at that yesterday. Red Hoat Print Shop, they're actually doing on the spot, get your derby name and number added to any new merch. So check them out as well. Get some Battle on the Bank stuff and get a name and number put on there. Oh My Quad Skate Shop is also in the house, the only roller skate specific skate shop in Northern Arizona. Holly Ween and Joya Destroyer are co-owners of the shop and come with many years of skating and derby experience, here to meet the needs of the skating and derby community. So thanks for being loyal customers. And a real quick shout out to Phoenix Roller Derby. The Arizona Derby Dames want to thank them for supporting our tournament this weekend. They're a roller derby league based in Phoenix, Arizona, offering a safe space for people to learn to skate and play the sport of roller derby. Our league is made up of individuals who are passionate about the sport and dedicated to supporting each other both on and off the track. Their next bout is June 14th, and they have a pancake fundraiser on June 21st. Special shout out because they actually provided the coolers that we have in the building. So it's hot in Arizona, and we're just getting started. So without those coolers, it would be even worse in here. So many thanks, big thanks to them for helping us out, keeping everybody a little bit cooler today.
And just saying that pancake fundraiser's the day after my birthday, so we can all go there and celebrate Reffy's birthday by eating pancakes. I'll see you there.
All right, we are back at it. We've got Hurricane May on the line for Arizona.
And Carney Slaughter for Tilted, who runs and gets lead jam. But quickly calls it off.
Yeah. You know what? When you're in a position like that, that was a smart move. You know, May was hot on the trail there. So sometimes you gotta cut things a little short.
Yep, but awesome job, Tilted, getting out and becoming lead jam there. And with that, we have Elaphobia and Nikki Badass coming to the jammer line.
Both jammers are off and ready to go. Nikki Badass takes a knee for just a second, back up, at it again, going high, going low, trying to figure out a spot.
There we go, Elaphobia is out, and they are your
look at that.
lead
Tilted
jammer.
Thunder,
Give it up for Tilted.
Coming around for some points hopefully before Nikki Badass makes the back of the pack there. Elaphobia putting on the speed, putting on the steam.
Elaphobia coming around and calling it before Arizona's jammer could get there, and Tilted is getting on the board with 1 point. Woo!
Way to go, Elaphobia. We've got Skardu Valley for Tilted Thunder this time. And we've got Mimi Mahler for AZDD. Oh, Mimi with a big hit right at the get-go there, pushing Skardu Valley off into the infield. Sometimes jammers like to play defense. It happens. That was a very good example of that. Yep. Skardu Valley, though, coming back with their own hit against Hurricane May in the pack, looking for a way out.
Ooh, and Juicy is making sure that Skardu does not get out of that pack. See if yep.
Skardu slide in very gracefully. That was a really graceful infield action there. Mimi coming around for some more points.
Will the owner of a blue Mazda with Texas license plates please go check on your car? The car alarm is blaring right out front of the front door. They just want to make sure your car's okay. Again, blue Mazda, Texas plates, go check your car.
And speaking of blaring, Mimi Mahler's blaring jam has come to an end.
1 minute 30 seconds left in this first half with a score 123 Arizona Derby Dames and Tilted Thunder with 1.
That's Crybaby Kingpin on the line for Tilted Thunder. And we've got Dolly Spartan for Arizona.
And we got Crybaby Kingpin for Tilted.
Crybaby goes
Crybaby's
down.
going to try to take that high.
Dolly got a big bump there, looks like from Elophobia, but is out as lead jammer coming out.
And with that, I see a star pass there. Kingpin passed it off to Elophobia, but was quickly stopped by the Arizona Recycling Wall. But Elophobia gets
Dolly
out.
Spartan doing a nice job at the high there, just squeaking by. Dolly knows where to find all those little spaces. Elophobia right behind, though, wearing that star.
Ooh, and with that, the jam is over, but I think I may have heard our penalty tracker, Lucifer, call a jammer penalty
Uh-oh.
on 67 Kingpin there.
Now, remember, as you're hearing all these penalties being called, there's only 4 allowed in the entire game. And those can rack up really quickly because one of the things I didn't know when I started watching Derby was you could have multiple penalties at one time.
Yeah, unfortunately, during Roller Rage, I dropped, I think it was like 4 failure to reforms on one skater.
Ouch.
In one jam.
Ouch.
I felt bad.
Because that's what, half, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's half in a normal game. That's wild, yeah. So you got to really be careful. So it's not just the game that they're worrying about. They're worrying about the position of their bodies. They're worrying about where they are on the track. There's so many factors that go into this. So much brain work. And it looks like May is taking this power jam. Almost held on there at the coping, but ended up in the infield, but is back out. Tilted Thunder doing a nice job holding May back. Let's see, that pivot in the back there is Crash. Nice work, nice defensive work on Tilted Thunder.
Tilted, they are trying to do the buddy system to pull their blocker together to form a solid wall to stop Hurricane May, but May does
that was a nice
little
jump.
leap over the apex.
Hurricane May just slips by. Tilted Thunder there looking to make another scoring pass. There's 9 seconds left on the jam clock.
Yep, the first half clock is over, so we just have these last few seconds here, and that'll do it for our first half.
We're gonna step away and we will be back. We've got 19 Sleaze Whiz on the line for Tilted Thunder and Princess Leia for Arizona. And Sleia is out, ready to get some points for Arizona. Sleaze Whiz is back in the back there, looking for some help from a teammate. Ooh, tumble. A little bit of a tumble there.
Turn 2 is becoming the slip and slide zone, it looks like.
I've noticed today that seems to be where the action's happening.
Absolutely. And it looks like the star was passed off to the pivot there. Carnia Slaughter is now going to assume the role as jammer.
And see, is that Carnia Slaughter that's
out of
got
the
that?
pack.
Yeah, Carnia Slaughter's got the star now, putting it on as Princess Leia is coming around for some more points. Narrowly dodges 313, or excuse me, 313
No,
or
313. Yep.
313, hawk blocked. There we go.
Shout out to Hot Blocked yesterday. We had a little medical emergency, and Hot Block came running in as part of our volunteer medical crew.
Oh,
we
that's
love
awesome.
all of our medical crew that are hiding in the stands right now. We see you.
Love that. For Tilted Thunder, we've got Slam Musubi. If I'm not saying that right, somebody please correct me. And then number 17, Bitch Please for Arizona.
Bitch Please in our first Battle of the Bank. Jamming coming around as lead jammer, looking to score some points. Arizona's actually got quite a few rookies, or I say rookies, but rookies to the Hotshot team, and this is their first battle. Congrats
That's awesome.
to them.
Yeah, let's do a pulse check. Who is here for the first time at Battle on the Bank? Who's
LA, we have any rookies coming here for
Anybody?
the first time in their battle? Yes, I see the hands
Yeah,
waving.
there we go. Some waving. Good. Welcome.
We love it.
I got to attend last year's Battle on the Bank. It was very exciting and
Yes.
super fun. LA was a wonderful host.
Yes, LA, wonderful host. I still have my battle shirt. It's in my backpack, actually. With that, I see one back block penalty on red, and 10 points were given to Arizona.
Oh, there it is, Amelia Bearhart. That's how I know you. Stomping that skate. Love it.
And it looks like in the chat, Tilted is saying Hanny and Scar are at their first battle.
Woohoo!
Congratulations and welcome, welcome.
Let's see, so we already know Amelia Bearhart is on jammer duty for Tilted Thunder, and it's Dolly Spartan for AZ. Coming around now to collect some points as Amelia Bearhart is going up against a couple of blockers back there. Oh, there's a slip and slide again.
Amelia's still trying to fight their way through that pack, but Arizona is recycling.
Yeah, Bearhart's trying to get through, but finding a formidable opposition with Murder Mittens and Nikki Badaz there. Dolly coming around for some points here. The pack is a little bit scattered.
Yeah, the pack is definitely scattered there. Bender's trying to make sense.
Bearhart
and he
is
gets
out.
it all
Putting on
together.
the
Pack
star.
There we go. Nice. And Tilted's making their way around the track. Let's see if they can score some points before Dolly taps it. Oh, and the whistles are blown.
So close.
Those in the Twitch, if you're watching from home, and you guys can actually get a shout out from the announcers crew here to the skaters, or just say hi in general, go on to the Arizona Derby Dames website. Under tickets, there's an announcer shout out section there.
Yeah, it's just a few bucks. It's super fun. We had a couple of really great ones yesterday that I got to announce, so send your love, whether you're here or far. And we've got Elophobia for Tilted Thunder jamming, and that looks like Evil Twin for Arizona coming around. Elophobia is at the back there, up against Muerta, and I believe that's Juicy Kiltor, and Mimi. That's some tough opposition, so Ella's got their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. Elophobia
Oh, but
was
does
giving
get
a
through,
little
yes.
jammer on jammer. Love there, hitting Twin as they were trying to get through the pack to slow them down.
Elophobia is up at the high there at the rail. Looks like Mimi's like, I'm not so sure I want to let you by.
Ooh, big
Oh.
hit by Elophobia there to
Yeah.
stop that jammer.
That's one way to stop a jammer.
Yep. Oh, and Twin is
Jammer
down.
on jammer violence.
Yes. Oh, and I
We're a
think
little bit
I
of a
just
stalemate
heard
now, 'cause-
directional on
Yeah.
Elophobia, so that may be a jammer penalty. We'll have to see what the refs call.
All right, we kind of came to a little bit of a stalemate there at the end, but that probably was a very successful jam for Evil Twin. We'll see here in a second. Tick, 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 tick. That was 10 points. Uh-oh. Is that Elophobia in the box over there?
Oh, it looks like that is a jammer
Yeah.
penalty.
And you know what that means? That means we've got another power jam for Arizona. Arizona's been racking up those power jams today.
Absolutely. We'll see Sandy here. Sandy Slay O'Connor's going to try to get through that four wall.
Oh, a little bit of a tumble there. And Sandy's back up again,
Arizona
looking to
trying
get out. There we
hold
go.
the skater back there. They only got 2 blockers, so Arizona's going to have to try to fight a four wall to slow that jammer darts.
Yeah, pack's getting a little bit tighter, but somewhat scattered thanks to the blocking efforts of Arizona back there. Sandy's coming up against a few Tilted Thunder players who are doing a nice job kind of ticking off some of those jam clock seconds.
Oh, and with that, the pack is split, so Arizona's got to give up that blocker in the back and try to catch up front to grab another.
Sandy coming around for some points there. Meets Skardu Valley, but then kind of goes down to the low and gets around.
Ooh, it looked like Sandy was tired there. I feel it. That heat is not fun to skate in. Bless all of you who are out there doing it. Ooh, and it looks like Sandy may have picked up a penalty
Oh,
there, so
the tables have turned.
Twins,
Perfect.
Twins. So we have Slam Musubi here, gonna take their shot.
All
on the
right, who's
jammer
excited
line.
for a Tilted Thunder Power Jam?
Yeah, to Tilted Thunder Power Jam.
Let's see what Slam can do here. Quick
Ari-
moving pack.
Arizona's
Slam-
trying to sprint
yeah.
ahead so they can try
Slam's
to
kind
keep
of
this pack fast.
working
and
off of, let's see, who is that? Crash. Crash is running some interference for Slam, which is what you want a blocker to do, right?
Yep, but it looks
Slam's,
like Arizona's
oh yeah,
sprinting
Slam gets
away.
out. Ooh, Mimi meets
But
them. Meets
You're
them
gonna
up at
see
the
the
high.
ref there actually calling some penalties. The pack is split. The front must slow down while the back of the group needs to speed up. If neither do their job, they're both responsible and will be called penalties for it.
Slam's doing some battle there, tries to go down to the low, gets bumped off onto the infield. Back up again, though. Tap, tap. Knock, knock. It's Amelia Bearhart for Tilted Thunder. Is that Nikki Badass also out there, Arizona? Come on, Nikki. Give us a little wave. Nikki's not paying any attention to me right now, and she shouldn't be.
Nikki's locked
Not at all.
in.
All right, and Nikki is out as lead jammer. Amelia Bearhart is making their way along the high there. Coming up against Dolly Spartan and Remy Ruckus. They're doing a nice job holding Amelia back as Nikki's coming around for some points. Nikki slides on through. Amelia Bearhart looking for an opening. Nope. Remy Ruckus and Dolly Spartan there again. There we
And
go. Amelia does
is
make it
now
out now
out
as
of the-
Nikki's coming around once again.
Nikki's making her way through, checking to see where that jammer is, and gonna call it off before they can score any points. Looks like Tilted's gonna take another timeout here.
Real quick announcement on the food trucks. It looks like Pacenza's going to be here for another 20 minutes. So if you want to go ahead and order, now is the time to do that. Our afternoon food truck is going to be slightly delayed. They're having some mechanical issues. So if you're wanting some food, there's some, I've been recommended that the food out there is amazing. So give it a shot, 20 more minutes, and then we'll keep you updated when the other food truck arrives. So don't let yourselves get hangry.
And if anybody decides to go on a food run for cookies or cupcakes, let me know. Just kidding. We have a wonderful vendor back there that actually has cookies and cupcakes, and I may have destroyed all of their banana praline cake. It is so good. Please go check them out.
And the savory stuff, check out that too. It's Raven Sweet Haven. I know it says sweet in the name, but there are some savory items which tend to go really, really quickly. So check that out, as well as the other vendors that we've got going on. Raya Raya Tattoo is here doing tattoos. Check out those designs. Get a little ink done today. Irish Moon is out there with shoelace accessories and skate accessories. Oh My Quad, Red Hote Print Shop. Buy some new merch from our merch booth. Go on over to Red Hote, get a name and number on it right on the spot.
And with that, the whistle is blown, and we are slowly but surely going to make our way to the track. Looks like Evil Twin and Carne Asada.
Ready to go. There's the whistle. Carne Asada and Evil Twin. Evil Twin ends up on the infield there, takes a bit of a tumble. Carne Asada's making their way along the high, hoping to find an opening to become lead jammer. Both jammers out on the infield now get back on the track.
Yeah, I was going to say both jammers are fighting for their lives in there. But it looks like Evil Twin is taking the low. And Carney's still trying to fight their way up top.
Yeah, Carne Asada looking to get a little help there from the pivot, who happens to be Amelia Bearhart, who's now up against Mimi Mahler as they're trying to make their way out of the pack. But now we've got the joint forces of Muerta, Mimi Mahler, and...
Bitch, please.
Bitch, please. Thank you. Oh, now we're going to slow down a little bit. Slow down.
Yep. Tilted out of play up front, trying to slow Evil Twin down. Ooh, big jump there. Big jump.
Almost made it onto the track there, but ended up on the infield. Those jumps are not easy.
No,
The fact that the skaters stay upright is just incredible to me to begin with. All right, looks like we've got, I think this is the first time 613 Dreidel has been on the line.
That is the first time, yes, indeed.
We've got 2187 Princess Leia for Arizona, although there's some chitter chatter. I don't know, maybe not.
We may have the official timeout, maybe. Yep, tap of the shoulders means official timeout.
All right, let's take this opportunity to talk about parties. There's going to be after parties both tonight and also tomorrow. Okay, we're going to cut this really short. I will get back to that after the action. Our players haven't changed much, I don't think. 613-2187, Dreidel and Slaya. Slaya gets bumped out onto the infield. That was a big bump by Tilted Thunder.
Yep, crash there.
Yeah.
Big hit, stopping Slaya
yeah,
from
crash
getting
is
out.
like, sorry, Princess. But Princess Leia does make it out and is coming around for now some scoring. Dreidel pushing up against, looks like that is May, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
Sometimes it's
nope,
so
that is
hard.
Antifa.
No, I'm sorry, Antifa. My apologies. Antifa doing a really nice job holding Dreidel back there. That is some steady blocking. The pack's just kind of crawling at this point, which I always say it always just seems more difficult when you got that slow moving pack.
Ooh, big hit there. Almost taking out a ref.
Was that Crash again? Crash is in it. All right, Skardu Valley is back on the jammer line. And there's May. I should have just looked for the bows. Antifa's doesn't have any bows.
Nope. Yep. And Skardu Valley is also on the line there to take on Hurricane May and that Arizona team.
Full pack on both sides. Jammers are off. Skardu Valley off onto the infield. Looks like May's looking for an opening slide through. Does make it out as lead jammer. Skardu Valley there at the back. Skardu just trying to find a way to make it around Muerta there.
And Muerta and Evil Twin just holding that jammer back.
Yeah.
Arizona's doing a good job, though, of trying to separate all those tilted blockers so they can make that jammer a nice little lane to score from. But Tilted is now pushing hard through these turns to try to create. Oh, big tumble, though. Turn 4 is now
a little bit of a pile up.
Zone.
Tilted Thunder there.
May crashing into the pack there. Score those last minute points.
We've got less than 2 minutes left in this bout.
Less than 2 minutes, everyone. You're doing good. Stay hydrated out there. Drink water.
Absolutely. Drink water. Get your face in front of one of these coolers. Go lay down. Take a nap. I don't know. Something. Rest up. We got a long way to go.
Yes, we do.
Oh, I don't see a red jammer out here. Is this another power jam for Arizona?
We have our jam ref and I here just confirming points just to make sure the score is correct. Got a message here from Arizona Derby Dames telling the Twitch chat to drink water as well or else. All right, so we have Dolly Spartan as the Arizona jammer getting out after fighting their way through. Looks like Crash and Masubi are going to try to hold them to as little points as possible, but Dolly is just going to capitalize on that low.
Yeah, Tilted Thunder's a bit of a disadvantage here with just 2 blockers on a power jam, so doing the best they can there. Slam trying to put a stop to Dolly, but Dolly was able to squeak by.
Yeah, when you're in this position like with Tilted, we just got to try to stop that jammer. So getting together would be the best solution, but Arizona is keeping them.
You just got to do what you got to do, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know, with only 2 blockers, I think they're doing the best that they can. They've got one at the front, one at the back.
All right. And this will end Arizona's next power jam. Now we have only 30 seconds left in the game. 30 seconds
This could potentially be the last jam of the game. And we've got Dreidel back up on the line, 613 for Tilted Thunder, and Mimi Mahler for Arizona.
I believe this is Mimi's first time jamming this bout, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it? I thought she was
Mimi,
on the...
is this your first time jamming?
Hey, Mimi, is this your first time jamming?
Oh,
twice,
second.
yeah. I thought I
okay.
saw you up there.
Oh. All right, here we go.
I'm going to get in trouble for distracting the players now.
Oh, and Juicy creates an opening on the low. And is your lead jammer as Dreidel is trying to fight their way through that pack.
Looks like Twins back there with Bitch Please. They're doing a nice job of holding Dreidel back. Dreidel's trying to find some sort of opening, a way around them, so they can get out and possibly score some points for Thunder. Mimi just kind of eases quickly through and calls it off.
And with that, Mimi does call it off. Oop. Now, technically, time has expired, but we are going to be looking to see if there's any penalties, because if Arizona committed any penalties and Tilted did not, there could be a penalty jam, but The whiteboard is showing a penalty on Tilted, so this should end the game.
There it is. Arizona takes it. Congratulations to both teams for a well-played game. Very exciting. Appreciate both of you. If you're in the arena with us, come down, get yourself a high five from one of your favorite players, favorite teams. Show your appreciation, because it's hot for us watching. It's even hotter for them playing.
And officials, attention all officials. Please make your way to the track for your picture. So all of our officials here for Battle on the Bank, striped or in black, please come in and get your picture.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for being on Twitch, for checking us out, hanging with us. We've got a lot more Derby today. Battle on the Bank 2025. I am Suki Talkin Smackhouse. I will be talking at you soon.
Again, all officials, please make your way to the track. Looks like you are going to take your picture over in turn 1, turn 2. Just be careful on that track. Hi, Mary.